Thatcher Demko, knee injury.
Poor guy, man. Honestly, I think everybody in Vancouver is pretty bummed about that one.
So I got a theory on that. So he's had both hips done. He had the double hip surgery when he was at Boston College. And then since he's been with the Canucks, he's had all these knee injuries. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, he's a huge guy. He's like 6'6". Obviously, a lot more stress and a lot more torque going through the joints and through the center of the bones and the joints than a normal guy. But why is it he's getting so many knee injuries? And I was looking at some footage with my goalie coach, and I noticed so when he's moving, and I'll just use this as the video example. So when he's moving, he's almost like a sprinkler. He's like shuffling so fast, so many short, choppy movements. And when you're a big guy, it's going through the center of your knee. That's a knee push and an ankle push, not a hip push. And then he has to immediately turn it around and turn all the momentum back the other way. And I thought, well, when you watch highlights from him, yeah, it's no wonder he's having all these knee injuries and all these ankle issues as well. And then just some of the video that Ian Clark works with him when they spend half the practice doing post integrations. And if you watch him in warm-ups for NHL games, half of warm-up, he's doing reverse integrations, hinging, post work. So it's no wonder the dude's got so many issues. And it's a shame because he's so good. He's one of the best goalies in the league. Top 3, top 5. So talented. Just you got to keep the guy healthy.
Well, again, going back to the summer series of interviews that we did, and the one with Cory Schneider, if you haven't seen that one yet, go check it out. But he talks at great length about the pressure that you put your body through, especially your hips, your knees, your ankles. Like, you're asking your body to move in ways that it's not designed to do, and you say do it anyways. It's the old bend don't break mentality, knowing that you're going to have issues later, but please hold up now. And you put it through that much stress, something's going to pop, and especially because the hip is moving so well that maybe the knee isn't up to snuff and maybe not up to that caliber that the knee went, I can't keep up. Here I go.
Well, depending on the intensity of the push and the intensity of the movement, we classify that, at least with my goalie coach and I, is it's an ankle push, it's a knee push, or it's a hip push. If it's real power and explosive, like a Johnny Quick, that's a hip push. It's everything going through. If it's just a light, soft, choppy type of push, that's a knee, that's an ankle. And he does so many of those. And you think, the dude's 6'6", 6'7". We're talking it's a big ass to get moving in gear, right? Uh-huh. That's a lot of strain, a lot of torque. So they fire.
That scare you at all?
Oh, I don't play that way.
Right.
So I'm not as worried. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's definitely thought. To go back to the Carey Price thing we talked about earlier, you wonder, because he did a podcast with Brent Myers. They were talking a lot about addiction, maybe like a month ago, 2 months ago. Did you see that interview?
No.
It was really good interview. I'd never seen Carey Price do a podcast before, but I heard him talk a while ago as well about it. He just wants to make pancakes with his daughter on a Saturday morning and take his kids up and down the stairs. And we had a take a couple of months ago on the show about how is it really worth it? He's got the gold medal, the World Championship, the World Cup, this, that, and the other, Vezina, Hart. But would he trade that all just to be able to be the father that he wants? I think he would. People call me nuts. Well, how could you ever consider trading that? You want to be the best NHL goalie you possibly can. This is the GOAT you're talking about. I think he would argue differently.
I think the answer is, at the time, is it worth it? Yes. Mm-hmm. But hindsight's 20/20, right?
Well, so what do you do then? What's the actual answer? What's the solution?
Well, when you're in that situation, you think to yourself, I'm invincible. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to retire, and I'm going to have a bright, healthy future, and I'm going to be able to make pancakes for my kids. And then you show up to that day, and you go, why can't I make pancakes for my kids? Oh, right. It's because I put my body through hell for 15 years, and that's why I am where I are now. You can't predict that 15 years prior. So is it worth it at the time? Absolutely. Is it worth it after? You kind of go, oh, man, I wish I would have done a few things differently.
Yeah. Especially like we talked about, come back from that knee injury too soon. Well, I wonder if Demko is the same thing, because they talked about the dude may miss the beginning of the season. I heard he might have missed the first half of the season, and then the doctors decided that, hey, this is someone you're just going to be able to, you have to live with. We can't fix it. Boom, now he's on the ice. He's ready to go for training camp. So I wonder if that's going to be another, hey, we rushed him back too soon. He's going to have a lot of issues. I guess time will tell, but.
Well, again, and going back to the Tua Tagovailoa thing, spoiler alert, the league doesn't care. They don't care. You're down? Who's next? All right, get him in there.
Well, what's the saying we said? You're only useful as long as you're useful, and you're just meat in a hook.
Bingo.
Once you're no longer useful, we don't even know who you are anymore.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. We do a new podcast every single Sunday during the season called Sling the Biscuit. It is a non-mainstream hockey podcast, so we talk about my hockey career, the minor pros, Spain, the Fed, you name it, all the stuff that you won't hear in the mainstream news.
Music.
Pop culture.
Politics, a little bit.
Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you soon.